Absolute Wealth. Real investors, real results.
Hey everybody, this is John Carter with Absolute Wealth, and let's go ahead and take a look at the key markets. And the first one I want to take a look at today is Apple, and Apple today down $5. You can see on the daily chart this was that all-time high that was hit a few days ago. We're coming down a little bit. We've got some support at $650. At this point on Apple at least, we buy pullbacks to support until that stops working. But what about the rest of the markets? Well, the rest of the markets here, they're looking a little tired, and this is kind of the theme that I've been talking about here. You can see that the S&Ps here continue to break down. At this point, we came down to a real key level and tested that 1400 level, which is a psychologically important level. And at this point, we also have a trend line in place to the downside, and I'm looking for us to kind of continue down this way. I think we'll get like one push up here to kind of fight, but I think this could be an intermediate term top in place. So again, as I've talked about, just be very cautious here on the long side, tighten stops. Don't get too aggressive about buying this dip. Okay. On the positive side, this has been very good for gold. We've seen some positive movements here. I'm continuing to look for gold to move higher. In fact, let's step back here and take a look at the weekly chart, and you can see we've got a squeeze here that's setting up that hasn't even fired off yet, and this means that we could actually get up and retest these highs at 173.87, which would be a good move. And then the other surprising one here is silver, which has had a fantastic move this week, starting a low of the week at 27.24, and here we are at 29.68. That's a very, very nice percentage move. And then TLT, which is a reflection of the bond markets here, has had a nice bounce, and I'm looking for the bond market to continue working its way higher as stocks move their way lower. In terms of other ETFs that I like here, I really like natural gas. Natural gas here had a nice bottom today, had a nice pop up. I'm a buyer here looking for a move to see if we can actually come back up and retest those highs. And then for the grains, they are a little soft today. They're pulling back, but I also would use this as a buying opportunity. Okay, so overall, main thing here is just be cautious on the stock market. I do think there's a very high probability that we see a intermediate term top here, and all that implies. And otherwise, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you at the next update.